In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college basketball games happening on November 12, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. James Madison versus Longwood. James Madison arrives in Farmville with that "we're overlooked" mindset, and sometimes that's the best fuel. Their offense is compact but effective. They're posting about 75 points per game so far. Longwood, meanwhile, has shown fluctuations early. Their scoring sits near 76 per game, but their assist numbers and cohesion lag. On the road, underdog status can actually work in James Madison's favor. They don't carry big favorite baggage, which means they play loose, take advantage of transition chances, and exploit defensive lapses when the home team tries to assert itself. Longwood is breaking in a new head coach this season and tends to show signs of jumpiness in their defensive rotations. The Duke's ability to hit the three consistently and force extra possessions gives them the edge. As our first pick for this matchup, the James Madison Dukes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When you look at both teams, you see potential for more possessions, a few sloppy defensive sequences, and an above-average scoring tempo. James Madison's average margin and offensive profile suggest they can score and keep pace. Longwood's early numbers back that up. They're allowing around 66.5 points per game. That sets the stage for a game where the final total moves into attractive territory. Also, road teams tend to push pace when they're underdog, trying to force the home team into uncomfortable pace. Add in the possibility of multiple three-point attempts from James Madison, a few fouls leading to free throws, and clock stopped in late possessions. All of that stacks toward a slightly higher than average total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Siena versus St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure opens the Franciscan Cup with a roster built to control the paint and the tempo. Through 2 games, the Bonnies have punished opponents on the glass, pulling down 86 rebounds to 51 allowed. That edge shows up in second chance points and long, bruising possessions that wear teams down. The rotation has settled early. Frank Mitchell anchors the middle, Achille Lonati stretches the floor, and Andrew Osasuyi gives them muscle off the bench. They defend with discipline, contest at the rim, and rarely beat themselves. Siena's defense thrives on chaos, forcing turnovers at a top 50 national rate, but the Bonnies have handled pressure cleanly, turning it over only 8 times against Canisius. Home court history adds weight. Siena has not won at the Riley Center since before World War II, and the crowd still tilts games. St. Bonaventure's physical style, deeper rotation, and control of the boards point to a clear advantage as our first pick for this matchup. The St. Bonaventure Bonnies to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The total tells a different story. Both teams prefer a steady rhythm instead of a sprint. Siena's recent 62-46 win at Brown showed its limits on offense, with only one made three-pointer in 14 tries. The Saints can guard, but they struggle to score in bunches, especially with Reed Ducharme still sidelined and Marcus Jackson playing short minutes. St. Bonaventure leans on defense and rebounding, not pace. Their 69-63 opener against Bradley and methodical win over Canisius both came in games that slowed to half-court battles. Expect long possessions, controlled tempo, and few fast break chances. The combination of Siena's shooting issues and the Bonnies' rebounding edge points to fewer points than the market expects as our second pick for this matchup. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota versus Missouri. On Wednesday, the Minnesota Golden Gophers will travel to face the Missouri Tigers in NCAAB action at Mizzou Arena. Missouri enters this matchup with a record of 3-0, following a decisive 106-68 win over VMI. The Tigers have displayed strong offensive balance, with Mark Mitchell setting the tone in that game by posting 24 points and 10 rebounds. Their high-powered offense has averaged more than 90 points per contest, showing efficiency across the board against the spread. Missouri has covered in 7 of their last 13 games when favored by 7.5 points or more. At Mizzou Arena, they have built a solid home court advantage, going 18-2 straight up and 12-8 against the spread last season. Their ability to run in transition and finish at the rim has made them difficult to contain, particularly for teams that are still building chemistry. Minnesota stands at 2-0 under new head coach Niko Medved, but both of those victories came against lower-tier opponents, Gardner-Webb and Alcorn State. The Gophers are integrating 13 new players into the rotation, and that lack of familiarity has shown in their uneven play at times. Cade Tyson has been the bright spot early, scoring 30 and 21 points in his first 2 outings, yet the team has not faced a program with Missouri's combination of athleticism and scoring ability. The Tigers' defense has also been better than expected, limiting opponents to under 40% shooting in 2 of 3 games. Their cohesion and experience could prove difficult for Minnesota, which is still adapting to Medved's modern offensive structure. Minnesota's roster still needs time to mesh, and their offense has not yet shown consistent spacing or rhythm. Medved's Colorado State team succeeded through heavy three-point shooting, but so far the Golden Gophers have converted only 32.4% from beyond the arc. Depth and scoring variety remain concerns. Outside of Tyson, only 2 players are averaging double figures, and their second leading scorer, Crocker Johnson, has connected on only 29.2% of his field goals. Missouri's defensive strength on the perimeter, led by Robinson and Mitchell, will make it difficult for Minnesota to find open looks. While the Tigers' interior defense can be exposed, Minnesota's smaller front court may struggle to take advantage. The Tigers remain a disciplined and efficient team at home, finishing last season ranked 26th nationally in field goal percentage and 44th in three-point accuracy. They also averaged 19.7 made free throws per game, the second highest mark in the country. Missouri has 6 players averaging between 9.7 and 20.7 points per game this season, with 3 of them shooting over 45% from long range. Minnesota's defensive unit has yet to show that it can consistently guard the perimeter or protect the rim. As our first pick for this matchup, the Missouri Tigers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Missouri is averaging 76.6 possessions per game this season, ranking 113th nationally in pace, and finished last season at 112th in that category. The Tigers also sit 46th in offensive rebounds per game, providing their efficient attack with numerous second-chance opportunities. Those rebounds often lead to trips to the free throw line, where Missouri has averaged 29 attempts per contest. Minnesota faces a tough challenge in trying to slow them down, but the Gophers have also drawn plenty of fouls themselves, averaging 33.5 free throw attempts per game while shooting over 60% from two-point range. Although their three-point shooting has been inconsistent, Medved built this roster with several players capable of hitting from outside. If they can find rhythm early and execute within their offensive sets, both teams could maintain a pace that allows the total to climb. The tempo should rise throughout the game, with both sides pushing in transition and attacking the rim when possible. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oakland versus Houston. Houston's defense does not bend, it breaks teams. Through 2 games, the Cougars have held opponents under 55 points per night and made even routine possessions feel like uphill battles. They close space fast, switch cleanly, and force bad shots that turn into fast breaks the other way. Inside the Fertitta Center, that pressure feels heavier. The crowd adds to it, but it's the precision that wears teams down. Possession after possession, no open lanes, no second chances. Oakland has already faced tough competition, taking their swings against Michigan and Purdue. That schedule builds toughness, but it also leaves marks. Now they meet a Houston squad that is deeper, more physical, and far more disciplined defensively. Oakland's spacing and perimeter shooting can keep them competitive early, but once Houston's rotations settle, the difference in speed and rebounding takes hold. The Cougars turn long rebounds into layups and slow games into grind sessions. In that kind of matchup, composure and control matter more than creativity, and Houston has both in abundance. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Cougars to cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Now, the total tells a different story. Houston dictates tempo, and they dictate it in one direction. Slow, they guard for 25 seconds and make the other team do the same. That rhythm shrinks the game and cuts down possessions. Their first 2 outings finished with totals of 132 and 113 points, and both felt even lower. The Cougars control pace with rebounding and transition defense. They don't give up easy points, and they don't waste shots on offense. Oakland's best weapon is the three-point shot, but Houston's closeouts limit open looks. When those threes stop falling, Oakland has few answers inside. The Cougars don't rush possessions even with a lead, preferring to grind through sets rather than chase highlight plays. Their depth keeps defensive intensity high, even late in games when benches are in. That consistency holds totals under expectation more often than not. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Southern Illinois versus Nevada. The adjustment line shows the home team as a heavy favorite, but there's a strong case for the visitor to keep things within reach. The Salukis show legitimate balance. Their 2025 to 2026 roster lists players such as Quelron House and Isaiah Stafford actively on the team, the Wolfpack. Meanwhile, are deep but still blending key newcomers. For example, their 2025-2026 roster lists Chuck Bailey III and Jariah Coleman among the contributors. There are no publicly reported injuries for either side as of today, so availability looks clean. Here's why the underdog makes sense. Southern Illinois plays a grinded-out style, leaning into half-court offense, finishing strong in the paint, and keeping the tempo steady. Nevada has the talent edge and home court advantage, but they showed cracks in perimeter shooting and free throw consistency early on. With the Salukis' disciplined approach and Wolves still fine-tuning chemistry, this looks less like a blowout and more like a battle. As our first pick for this matchup, the Southern Illinois to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The market has set a relatively high number considering what the two teams have shown so far. Nevada has the firepower but hasn't consistently turned it on yet. Their early games showed stretches of sluggish shooting from outside and inconsistent pace. Southern Illinois prefers to pace the game, work inside, and limit possessions. Combined, that suggests fewer high-octane spurts than a big number assumes. No major injuries to force upticks in pace or expanded lineups, so neither team is likely to flood the scoreboard from beyond early in the season. When you layer in the half-court sets, interior finishes, and fewer fast breaks expected, you lean toward the lower side of things. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.